Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Wednesday morning Moose Minute Project. Wow, Wednesday already. Midweek. Hump Day, as they call it. Wonder whoever came up with that originally. I know it's not the camel that wanders around the office. It was the person before that then invented the camel that walks around the office. Well, welcome to Hump Day, as they call it. Middle of the week. So, which would be accurate for those that work Monday through Friday. Some people, I'm guessing, probably are off today because they have to work some other time. So then it's really not hump day. Correct? For those of you that don't work regular hours Monday through Friday, whether that be law enforcement, whether that would be first responders, fire department, whatever it may be. Thank you, factory workers. Those of you that have different schedules, thank you for working. Some of us are lucky and have to work Monday through Friday with Saturday and Sundays. And I did that for about 25 years. So I'm good with having to work Monday through Friday and have Saturday, Sunday off. I'm not used to that. So, welcome to the Moose Minute Project. See, that's where my brain goes sometimes. Just odd and there we go. So, titled, It's Time to Work on Your Future. Yes, it is. And it's time to realize that some things you did in your past have molded you into who you are today. Or maybe it's stuff that you did and it has molded somebody else. Or has given somebody an idea of what is wrong versus right. If you are a parent, you're probably wondering sometimes, what the hell did I do wrong? I do that a lot. I sit and wonder, what did I do that would have caused this reaction or that reaction? As a parent, we have a lot of influence one way or the other. And you hope you do it right. And the only thing I can say is, you gave it your all, you gave it your all. If you didn't beat them, which I know a lot of people went through, child abuse, anything like that. If you didn't beat them and they survived and they graduated and they did all of that, you know, my heart goes out to parents that have lost their kids via accidents or wherever. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that pain. My mom and dad went through it when we lost my brother. I've got really good friends that have lost kids in car accidents, whatever it may be. To not be able to have that last, and we'll all be at that point, I'm guessing, where even with our kids, we may not have a chance to say that last goodbye and get that last hug. And that part decimates me to think about, that I have not or would not get that chance. So, the only thing you can do is work on your future. And that is by telling those that you can, that you love them, that you're there for them. And if they, by chance, don't return that, or they don't quite understand, or whatever it may be, that's on them, not you. As parents, we only had one goal in our mind the whole time. Well, probably two. Is to raise them, have them graduate, find a significant other, and so on. And hopefully they had a very safe, minus some few broken bones, whatever else it may be. And that as siblings, they get along. That's our hope as parents, right? It sometimes doesn't go down that path. Whether it may be your parents, like mine, got divorced, you move away, you separate, things go haywire, and you develop a whole new mindset. So, from here on out, for me, my hope is in the future that my kids know how much I love them, and I'm always here for them no matter what. And I've had rough times with all of my kids. Like I said before, I'm not a very gray area person. Wait, let me rephrase that. I don't have a gray area. It's black or white. So, my goal is that they would at some point understand that they can come to me with anything. I'm here for them for anything. You know, but that also goes with my friends that I'm close with. If they have shit going down, they know that it's one call. And it's just, they can call me, and whether it's just to say, Chris, I'm really struggling right now, I don't need anything, just need somebody there to know that they can call. So, if we are friends, know I'm here 24/7. I'll be here through thick and thin, unless you do me wrong, or, unless you really screw me over. And if you've done that, I have walked away, because that's just how I am. I'm not going to hang around to be abused or to be that guy that just continuously gets dumped on. So, it's time to work on your future. I've lived in the past beating myself up with, I think that comes with just, when you come from divorced parents and you also come from a divorce of your own, when you've made numerous times to yourself that I was never going to have that happen because I lived through it and I was a kid that had to live through it. But you have to remember you're not the only one in a relationship. So, you have to work on your future now, and I am blessed to be with who I am now. I am very fortunate. I can get to do what I want to do within reason. As most of us know, when we're married, we all have to do things within reason. However, I can bowl, I can go hunting, I can go fishing, and do all that stuff what I want to do. And she can go have her lunch dates with her friends, she can go on trips with her friends, whatever it may be. So, it's time to work on our futures, and it is also time to work on what is important. Some people are going to the extreme right now because of even political stance. Well, I can't be friends with you because of this. I can't be friends with you because of that. I have many friends that I do not agree with politically. And again, it has nothing to do with right or left. It has to do with the beliefs that go along with that. I could give two shits if you are a Republican or you are a Democrat. But when you try to tell me about how dumb shit people are and everything else because of their stance, because I am not either way. I don't want to be right or left. I want to care about you as a human being. That is where my future lies. And so if you are right or left, as long as you don't call me a dumbass or try to tell me anything stupid that I know is common sense, we'll be fine. It is when you continue to degrade who I am, belittle me for what I believe in, I walk away. I guess when I was the guardian of my mom, that is not a position you want to be in. I was the baby of the family, not in size, by the way, in age, by 10 years. And Mom decided that I was going to be the guardian for her and make the choices and everything else. Never did I dream that it would go to where it went. I was okay making all the decisions and making those because, quite honestly, I had been doing it for a while. because my sisters and brothers lived out of state. So it became easier for me to just make decisions. But I was also the one seeing mom decline rapidly. And to have people believe it, oh no, it's just what it is. When you don't have the support of your family and you are making these and they are battling you along the way, it becomes very, very difficult. So that is part of also now what I am working on in my future, is how to get over those things and how to get over the feelings my kids may have towards me over things that happened in the past. And it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of emotional strength for me that I don't have. I saw a statistic the other day. It's like 3 times or 4 times harder and mentally exhausting for somebody with brain injury. And when people see me, they don't see a brain injury. They don't see what I struggle with. And I think this is something that everybody could relate to, is nobody sees that this chunk up here is dead. There's still a dead chunk there. It never comes back once you lose it. It works around it, but it doesn't bring it back. So working on those things. But right now the hardest part is with kids and making sure that you did all you could do. And I think I did pretty good. My kids are all surviving. They're all, and I don't mean surviving as in, well, I do mean that too, but I'm saying maybe the striving word is better. They are striving. I have a son doing very, very well professionally. I have a stepson that's doing phenomenal as a father and professionally. I got daughters that are doing really, really well professionally, and also one that's doing very well as a parent. So you can only hope you hand down the right tools. I think yesterday was a prime example as I'm working on a small engine. I'm trying to get my DR walk behind weed eater to work. Well, the one thing in my future is not a small engine mechanic. A, I don't have the patience. B, it's much easier for me to drop the fricker off and get it fixed. And that's just how I'm wired. I will drop it off after I probably throw it down the highway because I'm tired of it. But I'll get it fixed. I have general idea of how to get things running. However, this thing right here that affected by the stroke doesn't like those little tiny heads and shit on a carburetor. Yeah, no, not so much. And then this auto choke technology that does not have a carburetor per se. It's got a big plastic chunk piece of shit on it. Whoever had that in their future thoughts should be thumped on the head. Go back to the old choke, pull it out, prime it maybe. And the funny part is the brand new ones of these DR walk behind trimmers all have the pump on them and all have a choke on them now. I wonder why. Because the one Chris Gerber has that has electric start on it, that I got it as steel. Trust me, brand new, I got it. But now I see why I got it at such a steal. Yeah, I even told the guy what I paid for it. He's like, holy shit, that's really good. I said, yeah, but it's going to be in here getting fixed shortly because I can't stand it. So that's the things you have to work on in your future. Are you doing the best you can for your wife, for your family, for yourself? If along those lines you go, I really don't give rat's ass about any of it, then you have a problem. So please take time to evaluate your future, where you want to go, because our true future is not given. We don't know how today will end. We just don't know. But we can play a big part in a lot of people's futures to make theirs better. And that's what all I'm hoping for, is that if somebody hears something here along the lines that I'm talking about and it hits home and it makes it better, ta-da, I've done what I wanted to do. And to all my friends that are there, no matter what, when I reach out and say, yep, got your back, thank you. Truly appreciate it. Because there's days that you wonder, do I have anybody really that cares? There are days. And I think if you look honestly, everybody has one of those days. And I honestly believe that at your darkest hours, at your darkest times, everyone has had a time when they thought, it might be better if I'm not here. Unfortunately, some of those have succeeded by leaving this earth. But I think honestly, if you really take a deep look at yourselves, at points you've had that. Boy, and I know I have. But thank God I've never thought about any past that. And thank God I've had people around me that have picked it up and supported me. Because it is key. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you hit that time in your life, reach out to me. I would rather talk to you now than read about you later, because I think it's very, very important. Because you still have, if you're here, if you're on this planet, there's still a plan for you. So please reach out and yell, scream, rant, rave, call me, whatever. You know where my phone number is. If you look at my Facebook and we're friends, reach out to me and we will talk. But whatever you do, don't give up. Future's still got a lot of things left. I just turned 50. I'm hoping I have about 38 years left. That would be good. 88 would be fine. That's plenty old. You know, I hear about these people at 104, 100. Dick Van Dyke, I just saw the other day, is 99 years old and still working out at the gym. I'm 50 and I don't go to a gym, so maybe I should do that. Maybe that would be a good idea. Maybe that's part of my future. Maybe I need to go actually work out and get in shape for bowling next year. One night of bowling left tomorrow night for the season. There is a tournament Friday, but I'm not bowling in it. Just done. And we'll go from there. But thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, this is my rambling. This is where I get my ideas out of my head and talk about things. And if I've helped you out at all, great. If you have supported me and through my causes, either raising money for my mom's benefits as far as Alzheimer's research, thank you. Like I said, I've got big news coming for some of that yet too. Got a lot of great things going on. So we'll talk more. But it's time for me now to go to work, even though my wife says I don't work. But that's okay. We will talk tomorrow morning on another Moose Minute project. And as always, take time to bless somebody's day today and keep moving forward.